thinking about the overall interest of the country. But now it seems that, you know, it's heading down to the final hours and the wee hours of the morning, and it looks like there's going to be some compromising going on, so we don't actually go right over the cliff.
Yeah, of course, there's got to be a compromise because some people don't want this, you know, the tax hikes or the taxes for the rich. They feel they worked hard enough for it, so that they shouldn't be, you know, I don't know if you want to call it penalized to be taxed.
Well, the only people who are going to get penalized by the compromise are the super rich, because what's in the works now, the compromise that they seem to have reached, is that there will not be a tax hike for household incomes under $450,000. So if you happen to have a household income over $450,000, then your taxes are going to go from 35% to 39.6%, which is the way it was under Clinton. So this is no big sacrifice for the super rich. They're just going to go back to 39.6%, the way it was under Clinton, and everybody else's taxes will stay the same.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering, because do you think it would really hurt them that much if, you know, they're making such and such amount of dollars per year for the household? Is it really going to hurt them that much just to raise their taxes a little bit, just like you were saying? And
yeah,
just like
it's not going to hurt these people. They have more than enough money. They have more than enough money, and you know, the question is, where is that money that we need for our country going to come from? Are the super rich going to make a tiny little sacrifice, or are people who are in unemployment or homeless or, you know, barely making it from paycheck to paycheck going to have to live without the things that they need? So, I mean, as Obama says, we've all got to share a little bit of sacrifice for this.
Definitely. That's a great quote right there. I like the way that sounds. Everybody loves Obama's tidbits of wisdom.
Yep.
What else did we talk about? You talked about traditions and keeping with traditions.
Yeah, well, it's you know, it's something old and something new, and we talk about traditions, and of course around New Year's Eve we have the tradition of singing Old Lang Syne, you know. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne?
Oh, beautiful. I didn't know that's what they said. What does that actually mean, though? I always hear the song, you hear it and you know the melody, but what does that really mean? What are they talking about?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Nice.
Old Lang Syne, it's Scottish, and it means days gone by. It's like, should we forget our old friends? Should we forget days gone by? That's what Old Lang Syne means. And the words were actually written by the Scottish poet Bobby Burns, Robert Burns, in 1788, and they were set to a traditional Scottish folk melody. So we're singing a Scottish folk song with words that come back from 1788, and people don't know what it means, but that's what we're doing here. And it got popular on a radio show in 1929 that was hosted by Guy Lombardo, and it was just by accident. He needed to put in a little music to segue from one show to the next, and it went on over the air, and it happened to go on right when the clock struck 12, and people thought it was a New Year's Eve song, and ever since then it's been associated with New Year's Eve.
Wow, I never heard of that story. I didn't know it was of Scottish tradition, but it sounds cool. Definitely like that. Traditions. Do you think traditions should definitely be held to standard throughout the years by the newer generations, or, you know, nobody likes change off the rip, but change is something that's the only thing that's really promised in life. So is there something wrong when people decide to, you know, stray from their usual traditions, especially like from their cultural traditions, like you said, the Scottish rites, or the you know, whatever.
Well, you know, whether or not to keep traditions, this is an ongoing debate, because usually the older generation wants to keep traditions, and younger generations often want to rebel against traditions. In terms of Old Lang Syne,
See,
Hello, Dr. Sue.
hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Are you enjoying your New Year's Eve as of the moment?
I am. Very pleasant, very nice.
Sounds good. We got like 10 or 15 minutes. Just want to talk about 2012 and the whole year and recap. And, we can't put everything that's happened this whole year in 10, 15 minutes. But do you want to touch on some of your favorite moments, with the entertainment that's been going on in 2012 as far as movies, music?
Well, we can talk about some of the things that are around the turning of the year, going from 2012 to 2013.
Oh, that sounds great.
And the old and the new.
Yeah.
Traditions like Old Lang Syne and what that means, and how people should be dealing with New Year's Eve drinking, and the fiscal cliff that's going on. That's, up to the minute kind of news. We can go through that and then go through some other things. I could talk about what I'm doing on my own website and blog, which is always fun for me.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that. Definitely going to get into that because there's a lot going on drsue.com. If the viewers haven't went out there, make sure you get on the websites and show Dr. Sue Horowitz the love that she deserves, because there's lots of things going on the website. She touched on so many different topics. You want to talk about the fiscal cliff? That was a good one. That was been on my mind earlier. A lot of people have been talking about it. I know earlier in this year there was a whole negotiation work of talking about the fiscal cliff. So how does it differ? How does it differ now from what they were talking about before?
Yeah, the fiscal cliff. This is because the Congress, they're like in a gridlock. With everybody's looking out. Well, it's just sort of an accident that it's become our tradition, because it's really an old Scottish folk song that we began as a tradition because it went on an American radio show in 1929, and then it's become a tradition. I think some traditions, of course, they have harmful effects. Sometimes people keep mindlessly to traditions that are really no longer useful. But traditions have a very valuable purpose, and they are the rituals that knit a culture together, that gives us a sense of community and as being part of the same culture. And people like that. They like to feel part of a community, and there's a sense of ritual observance. People enjoy that. Music, certain songs, dressing in certain styles, costumes, decorating the store windows. But there's one tradition on New Year's Eve that really could be called into question. Can you guess what it is?
One tradition on New Year's Eve that can be called into question.
Yeah.
It's
see if you could guess it, or I'll tell you.
I was thinking the dropping of the ball, but I wanted to say making New Year's resolutions, because that's something you shouldn't say for the year to change. Don't wait the whole year. You make a resolution every morning, but the dropping of the ball, right?
No, that's fine. There's no harm in the dropping of the ball. There's no harm in making resolutions, and I totally agree. The one that I think could be called into question is the tradition of getting really drunk on New Year's Eve and waking up with a hangover.
Yeah, all right. Now I see what you're saying. That should be called into question, definitely.
Yeah, I think so, and I have some tips on that, actually, on how to avoid that or how to deal with it if it happens.
All right, listen up, folks. Dr. Sue has some tips for your New Year's party.
New Year's. For those of you who think of getting drunk on New Year's Eve because it's part of the tradition, well, here's a few tips. First of all, you can enjoy having a few drinks, but a hangover is not what you want to have. It's very painful. And a hangover comes up from the buildup of toxins, of poisons in your liver, and your liver becomes overloaded and cannot flush it out. So you don't want that to happen. And one way you can do that you can deal with this is to sip your drink slowly, to drink a little water in between your drinks. You know, one of the things that makes it hurt so bad is that your body is dehydrated, and this is very serious. People don't think dehydration means anything, but it does. It results in something as, you know, a painful hangover, or in Hillary Clinton's case, the reason that she fainted and fell down and got that serious concussion was because she got dehydrated. She didn't drink enough water. She fainted, and she got a concussion, which led to the blood clot.
Especially in these winter seasons where the weather is cold and it doesn't feel like you're dehydrated, but your body still needs that fluid.
Yes, you do. You need to drink that fluid. So don't just drink alcohol. When you're drinking alcohol, you think that you're hydrating your body, but you're not really. You're dehydrating your body. Alcohol takes the necessary fluids out of your body. It's one of the reasons you wake up with a hangover. And so you should slow it down, drink some water, eat food. Don't drink on an empty stomach. Have foods, especially foods like with, you know, some chips, a little bit of fat in them. It slows down the absorption. And if you do find that you drink too much, you wake up in the morning with a hangover, what you should do is you should drink water, and you should rest. Try to sleep.
Rest, nothing like some rest.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Sue, we just got a few more minutes. Just want you to let the viewers know what's going on at drsue.com and what they can expect for the year 2013.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. Well, I hope people will visit my website. People tell me it's very enjoyable and entertaining, drsue.com, drsue.com. And I'm always posting a new blog, and my latest blog is very funny. I wrote it about a book called Social Cues, which is getting a lot of play in the New York Times. It's about handling social situations, and I call it Social Cues, Eat Dessert First. And it's my funny review of the book. So go to my website, drsue.com, DRSUE, and click on blog, and you'll find you have a few laughs. And I think that is a great way to start the new year.
Definitely. Thank you, Dr. Sue Horowitz, for being on the JCT New Year's show. And we will talk to you soon. We're going to go into some highlights.
Thank you so much. And, you know, I love calling into your show. It's an opportunity to have an interesting conversation. It's a ton of fun for me. It's very stimulating. And people go to the website. There's a contact. So send me an email. Say hi. Say, hey, I heard you on the radio.
There it is from Dr. Sue. We're going to get into some highlights from the year 2012 here at JCT TV.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are down at none other than the Palace Theater here in Waterbury, Connecticut. But also, ladies and gentlemen, we have great bands down here, great cars, whole lot of great people. And we are here, JCT TV. Big Al making us look good like he always does. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Mardi Gras Halloween activities, folks. And we got cars, we've got fire trucks, we've got great sounds, we've got vendors, we've got everything down here just making it do what it do here in Waterbury, Connecticut. We've got pretty ladies, we've got everything. There's Asians in the house, Jeremiah, Jose, they're going to be doing. We even got some guys over there sparring in the middle of the grounds there. It seems like they got some age on them, ladies and gentlemen. We even got Mike down here. Mike is in the background. He's one of the great vocalists here in Waterbury. But ladies and gentlemen, on that note right there, we're going to take you over to a little bit closer to the festivities that's going on here today at JCT TV's coverage of Mardi Gras Halloween festivities 2012, y'all.
JCT TV, you already know live in effect here in Waterbury CT. You already know the beautiful Perry Asia. Let them know what's going on here, Michael.
Beautiful event down here. I don't really know much about it, but you know, we got a lot of festivities and stuff going on down here. Nice music, vendors, you know, good atmosphere, good people.
Good. We're in the heart of Waterbury, Connecticut, right down the street from the Green, the Palace, UConn Waterbury campus. You know, a lot of kids here supporting it, a lot of great music. But you're into the music too, right?
I am.
You want to give these people a little sample of what you're about?
Tell me, how do you put up with his games? He never shows he loves you, and it's a shame. Tell me, how do you? When was the last time?
All right. Yeah. See, it's all over. Thank you for that, Michael.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you for the interview. Enjoy your time here. Let people know, JCT TV.
JCTV.
Hell yeah, I'm sure we can take it there. I'm still not a rapper, MCs wanna call eyes. Stay so fly, when I slide by, catch run around like an episode of Gangland. I don't understand, now who the man? Came off with another flow. Got a problem with it, homie, just let it go. Big dog, tough talk on the internet. I ain't going nowhere, you ain't get it yet. Heard about you that act like chicks do. I know you're hating on it, but who the fuck are you? Some say Mark Kiddo got an attitude. That's they gotta eat, dude. No time for the nonsense that you're talking. Ain't no paper on the homie, keep it walking. Clockwork got for the masses. Here's another big dump for your asses. Like Duncan Hines, always stay caked up. Not worry about a thing from your fake. I'm a pain in your neck, so take two. 16 in the clip, take another two. Quit your crying, what you gonna do? Take that, take that, take that. Holla. Oh, are you sure that you really wanna take it there? Hell yeah, I'm sure we can take it there. Are you sure that you really wanna take it there? Hell yeah, I'm sure we can take it there. Are you sure that you really wanna take it there? Hell yeah, I'm sure we can take it there. Old school, new school, what you calling this? I could get it done, shorty, just make a wish. When I came in the game, took the back door. Always stayed in my lane, what you mad for? Represent CT in many states. This ain't lightweight, homies, this is heavyweights. Overseas when I did it and I came back. Heard your last track, what you calling that? A lot of throwing jabs and cheap shots. Can't help